In the liminal hours of the morning, Mr. Dongfusser, a paragon of the mundane, found himself ensnared in a Kafkaesque nightmare. His erstwhile unremarkable mattress had undergone a metamorphosis into a colossal slab of raw beef. The marbled pink and crimson expanse undulated beneath him, a carnivorous sea intent on swallowing him whole. As he endeavored to extricate himself from the meaty morass, a cacophony of grotesque sounds assailed his ears. Gargles and spews emanated from the depths of the beef, as if some eldritch beast lurked within, voicing its malediction in a language of visceral churns and squelches. The gnashing was the most harrowing, a symphony of teeth against flesh, a sound that seemed to herald the unraveling of sanity itself. Mr. Dongfusser's emotions were a maelstrom of consternation, trepidation, and bewilderment. His mind, a bastion of rationality, now teetered on the precipice of the absurd. He was a modern-day Sisyphus, condemned to an ordeal of surreal proportions, his every attempt to flee only drawing him deeper into the ensanguined quagmire. Amidst this phantasmagoric tableau, the bedroom television flickered with the incongruous visage of Teletubbies. Yet, in place of the cherubic infant that typically adorned the solar sphere, there was a reptilian interloper, a lizard, its scales iridescent, its eyes gleaming with preternatural intelligence. It regarded Mr. Dongfusser with an inscrutable gaze, a silent sentinel amidst the chaos. The juxtaposition of the carnivorous bed and the saurian sunchild was a diorama of the absurd, a vignette that defied explanation and mocked the very notion of reality. Mr. Dongfusser, once a mere spectator in the theater of the ordinary, had become the reluctant protagonist in a tale of the bizarre, a narrative spun by an unseen hand that delighted in the capricious and the arcane. As Mr. Dongfusser's predicament deepened, the room began to shift and warp, the walls pulsating with a rhythm akin to a heartbeat. The air was thick with the scent of iron and fear, and the television's glow cast eerie shadows that danced like specters across the room. The lizard in the sun, now a harbinger of the surreal, flicked its tongue in a rhythm that matched the wall's pulsations. It seemed to be orchestrating the madness, its eyes fixed on Mr. Dongfusser with an intensity that was almost palpable. Suddenly, the beef beneath Mr. Dongfusser began to rise, lifting him towards the ceiling. It was as if the slab had become sentient, responding to the lizard's silent command. Mr. Dongfusser, now afloat on this carnivorous raft, found himself face to face with the ceiling, which had transformed into a mirror reflecting an infinite expanse of beefy terrain. In this moment of absurdity, Mr. Dongfusser had an epiphany. He realized that his struggle was not against the beef, but against the limitations of his own perception. The room, the beef, the lizard in the sun, they were all manifestations of a reality that was far stranger than he could have ever imagined. With a newfound sense of acceptance, Mr. Dongfusser closed his eyes and let himself sink into the beef, allowing it to consume him, to become one with him. And as he did, the gnashing and gargling ceased, replaced by a profound silence that enveloped him like a cocoon. When he opened his eyes, he was no longer in his bedroom. He was standing in a field under a cerulean sky, the sun shining brightly above him. But this was no ordinary sun, it was the lizard, now benevolent and radiant, smiling down at him. Mr. Dongfusser took a deep breath, the air sweet and clean. He was free from the confines of his beefy prison, liberated from the ordinary life he had known. And as he walked through the field, he realized that the world was full of wonders, and that reality was merely a canvas for the extraordinary. And so, Mr. Dongfusser's strange and lengthy story came to an end, not with a conclusion, but with the beginning of a new and even stranger journey.